Hey guys, MessyJev here, and today I'm going to be running you through my High Botanist kill. This is a normal Soul Conduit build with me using my Soul Harvest instead of my Siphon Life. So you'll notice here I'm popping in on pull. I probably should have dotted the other two up and then gotten a longer duration out of it, but I just popped it on pull right away and went as hard as I could. So see here, I kind of reset to my position to be at range as much as possible. I'm dotting up the adds as much as possible to make sure that I'm getting my Wrath of Consumption procs. And I'm just sinking as much damage into the Naturalist Tel'arn as we can. Our kill order is Naturalist, Arcanist, and Solarist, so in general, I don't really see that there's much worth dotting up the other two adds. So I use I use all my globals on the Naturalist, and then I use my extra dots on the orbs, and the adds. So you'll see here I'm trying to avoid the spores while also maintaining a range. I dot up all the spheres and then turn around onto the Naturalist. Affliction doesn't really do that much damage, but if your raid does need you to kill orbs, make sure you're turning to them. Call of Night comes out, and you'll notice that he has a buddy. Usually, just to be safe, I'll move into them, but because I noticed that Roth was right there, I just let them stay there, and I even shimmy in closer just in case. Solar Collapse is coming out, and I know it's not on me, so we're not moving anywhere, and I'm just standing here happily DPSing the boss away. Once again, the ads are coming out. Just make sure you're always dotting them. It's never a bad idea. You'll see me dotting up Arcanist because I know that he's going to be the next boss. I think I did a little bit early, so I'm going to let it fall off. But here, I just kind of sink as much as I can to the Naturalist again and again. You'll notice that we kind of set up a triangle in our raid group with the blue marker, the purple marker, and the green marker. And that's because whenever our tanks need to move out from controlled chaos or from solar collapse, they end up moving to one of these marks just so that the melee can reset, and also we can avoid spores. You'll generally want to get your hunters and your paladins to clear the spores for you guys so that no one takes an insane amount of damage. And you'll notice here that I once again don't notice that there's someone underneath the one with Call of Night, so I move away as soon as I see it because I don't need to be stacking on and taking free damage. Once again, dotting up the adds. On phase 2, they actually start to spawn from the orbs, so you want to make sure that when you're dotting up all the orbs, you're looking at them after to make sure that you're also dotting up the little adds to keep your Wrath of Consumption up, as well as getting that Soul Flame proc. You'll notice here that I just run straight into it. I'm a tanky Warlock, and I know that I can live that. If you're actually lower gear, you shouldn't be doing that. You should be moving to the side, but once again, if you can get away with it, always abuse the gear that you have. I dot up the Parasitic Lashers, and then once again I turn on to Arcanist. Once again, every single time the orbs die, I make sure that I'm switching to the adds. This was a very clean pull for me. You'll notice that I'm also popping my Soul Harvest on cooldown until this part. I'm going to keep holding on to it until phase 3. The reason being, phase 3 is the phase that you need to push faster than any other phase. So saving your cooldowns for that and saving reap stacks when you're about to kill the Arcanist is extremely important. You also want to make sure you're dotting as much as you can before it comes out, just so that you can be safe. You'll see here that I look around, I don't see what is focusing me, and then I see them, I move away from them, I dot them up. They're getting stunned, so I don't need to worry too much about them. Once again, I'm dotting up my Plasma Spheres, making sure that I'm not panicking or getting flustered, and just dotting up the Arcanist and just going to town. Some Lashers get spawned, so I dot them up. You'll notice that we have a pretty good control comp. We have the Hunters stunning them, we have Mages slowing them, so I'm very, very free to just keep my damage buff up. Call of Night comes out, so I move over to purple, while the melee move a little bit out from Moon just to make sure that they're safe. You'll see here I'm actually accompanying Roth. It's okay to move away from him from Call of Night for when Solar Collapse is happening. And you'll see me and him adjusting to each other. So I'm making sure I'm on him, he's making sure he's on me when I'm moving. And together we're making sure that we're not going to wipe the raid. So here you're going to see us kind of delay damage on the boss. We don't want to push it too fast, and we want to make sure these orbs are dealt with before we push into phase 3, because phase 3 is very, very dangerous when these are up. So see here we're once again, still holding on the boss. I'm pouring some stuff on the boss because I don't want to shard cap myself, and also because I know that I can get away with it. So now that we've dealt with the lashers, we can kind of reset to where we go. We go into the orange marker, and our tanks bounce back and forth when they get dispelled. So here we're just sinking as much damage as I can. You notice I popped my soul harvest as soon as we got into this phase, and I'm pouring as much damage as I can. I'm even using my pre-pod during this. I am getting as much damage as we can. We're popping lust here, and this is the dangerous part of the fight, because when we need to move on, or when someone gets Call of Night, they run out as soon as possible to kill themselves. We instantly battle res them, we pull them back into the fight, and the next two calls are going to have to do the same thing. We do this because it's just too much damage to heal through, and at the end of the duration of Call of Night, eventually you'll get a debuff. It just gives you solar collapse, and it'll collapse on the targets that have Call of Night. That's a phase 3 mechanic that's extremely hard to deal with, so they have to move out and they have to sack. So here I just dot up the ads. The tank's moving across, so I'm just making sure that I'm keeping my dots on the boss. And our raid leader is calling for which orb we are going to kill. We always kill the orb that's closest to the boss, so on this one we'll go green, and then we'll go, I believe it's purple, and then we'll go blue. Blue is the one that you always just let time out. It's eventually just going to blow up, so you make sure that the first two are killed, and you kill them one after another so that the debuffs don't stack. And then the last one is going to blow up on its own, so you just keep sitting here hard DPSing. Once again, when the Call of Nights come out, we escort them out, making sure that they don't pulse on the raid. And they just kill themselves as fast as possible. I'm a bit slow. I didn't run Burning Rush on this. Probably should have, but it ended up not being a huge deal. So once again, we're going to call for which spheres we're going to destroy. So we go green, green, purple, blue again. And we're getting ready for another dispel. But we're DPSing we're having a really good time DPSing on this. So we're having a really clean pull. We're not too worried about it, so we're getting our tank army to just chill. I actually get Call of the Night, but I know that the boss is so close to dying that I take 2 spores and I turn around and then I think about DPSing it again anyways. That was the botanist kill. This ended up being a really good pull for me. If you have any questions about the boss or about mechanics or the strategy that we use, just leave me a comment or send me a whisper in game. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more, and have a good day.